On behalf of National Peace Corps Association, I want to take this occasion to welcome everybody to this year's Peace Corps Connect 2024. My name is Carla Brown. I am the Director of Partnerships and Operations at the National Peace Corps Association. I'd like to also take a moment before I talk too much about myself to give a little bit of a shout out or welcome to all the former Peace Corps directors that are on the call. It is always a pleasure for us to have you with us. We also would like to, the National Peace Corps Association would like to give a shout out to all of our Shriver donors, because really it's because of you that we are able to move forward and to do the important work that we do. So on behalf of NPCA, thank you and welcome. A little bit about myself. I'm a returned Peace Corps volunteer. As you can imagine, I served in the Comoro Islands from 92 to 94. My background before coming to NPCA is international development. I spent probably almost 20 years in sub-Saharan Africa, both Francophone and Anglophone countries. Primarily in the role of director. I'll say I like the continent. Maybe the US is more my second home than the continent. Currently, I'm located in North Carolina, Jamestown, which is right close to Greensboro. And just really, really proud and happy to be a part of the NPCA staff as we move the collective agenda of our community forward. So with that, I'm just going to jump right into things. First, we wanted to make sure that we set a few ground rules. We're going to ask everyone to please remain muted during the conference. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to use the chat. We have somebody monitoring that, so that will be we'll be able to respond. They'll be responding in real time. We kindly ask that everyone be respectful and constructive during the conference. We want to leave with a mindset or using a lens of being results oriented. So we ask that you be constructive. If there are any accessibility needs, please write them down in the chat so that we can assist you accordingly. Our intent is to move into the AGNAM meeting, which is the membership, the group's meeting after 4:30. So this portion of the meeting will close at 4:30, and then we'll take a very short kind of intermission and then move directly into that meeting. So again, just wanted to welcome everyone. Super excited for us to be here today. With that, I'm going to take us, would like to introduce a very special way that we're starting, which is a little message from Representative Garamendi. Hope you enjoy what he had to say to us.
Hello, NPCA and all of the members out there. I'm Congressman John Garamendi, and Patty and I really look to your organization as the voice of the returned Peace Corps volunteers. And we got a lot of work to do. Patty and I know that there's a recruiting issue, and you know it too. And so one of the programs that you're working on, I think, is really a very, very good one. And that is to encourage not only the NPCA members, but every returned volunteer to reach out to at least one person, perhaps a college graduate, or perhaps somebody that has decided they want to do something different in their career. Reach out to that person. Talk to them about the Peace Corps. Talk to them about the opportunities to serve, not only fulfilling their own desire to help people, but also to help people around the world and to help address the very, very significant issues that are facing multiple countries, some of them in the less developed area and some of them in the more developed area. So that's an excellent program, and I really encourage you to do that. I know Patty and I did that just yesterday with our grandchildren who are graduating, and we said, go in the Peace Corps. You want to do issues of forestry? Go in the Peace Corps. Get some experience in the Sahel of Africa, which is a huge problem of the deforestation of that region, and then come back to America. And like many returned Peace Corps volunteers, there are jobs waiting in the Department of Agriculture, the State Department, or you name it, even in the other organizations. So let's do that. Let's make that our priority for the coming months and to work directly with the Peace Corps office in bringing volunteers in. Patty's told me just this morning as we were preparing for this, just tell the young kids, put in an application. Only take you a few hours to put that application in and then see what comes of it. So, okay, that's task one for all of us. I've got a second task for you, and that is the reauthorization of the Peace Corps. The Senate is okay, and they're ready to move on it. But the House of Representatives is just plain difficult, not only for this issue, but for many, many others. And so I know that you've worked with members of the House. We're going to see if we can push it through in the final months of this session, but it's going to be a tough go. So we'll see what happens here. I want you to continue your advocacy. You have your own representative from, I don't know, let's say Indiana, or maybe it's from Georgia. But wherever you happen to be from, please reach out to your representative and encourage them, bring to their attention the reauthorization of the Peace Corps. After all, it's been more than 20 years since it's been reauthorized, and there's some very, very important reforms in there, not the least of which is the ability for student loans to be paid off by Peace Corps service. So if I can ask you to do that, we're going to make a major push in the last 4 months of this session to get that Peace Corps bill out of the House and to the President's desk. But I'm going to need your help. So 2 tasks out there for the NPCA. You're 1-to-1, excellent, let's do it. And secondly, let's talk to your own representative and encourage them to move the Peace Corps reauthorization bill along. So Patty and I, we greet you with a big hello and a shout out for the enormous work that you've done to support the Peace Corps over these many, many, well, decades now. Our work is never finished. The task of the Peace Corps will never end. There's always somewhere out there in the world that some American citizen can play a critical role in dealing with maybe a community problem or maybe an international problem. So let's go for it. Thank you so very much. Look forward to continuing to work with you.